Does this sound familiar? What I'm about to share with you are comments and statements that people make in the area of relationships and dating. Perhaps you can either relate, or you've heard your friends or maybe family members utter some of these statements. Check this out. Here's one. I'm 30 years old, and by this age, I thought I'd have a good career going. I'd be married, maybe have some kids by now. Instead, I'm a single female living at home, no real job or income prospects, and I've been single for the past 5 years. I don't know what I'm going to do. Now, I actually saw a video on YouTube by a young lady who proclaimed, and this was her video topic, I'm 30. By this age, I thought I'd have a good career going, maybe some kids. So the stuff I'm sharing with you actually comes from real people. Here's one. I just can't find a man on this app who's only interested in just hooking up. Well, there are dating apps for that, of course. But yeah, today, I don't even want to say what I'm going to say. It's a sick world out there. But yeah, people today are just, like I said earlier in one of the previous audio messages, sex-focused, so sex-focused. I was even talking to a gal the other day who the men that came to her got to know her for like a day and then had the gall to say, well, now that we know each other, when do I get some? And I'm like, I've heard some pretty crude things out there. I'm sure you have too. Here's another one. I've never had a woman pick me, a man on a dating app. So men also struggle with dating apps where women aren't picking them. Maybe they're under that, women are shooting for that top 10% of men and leaving the bottom 80 to 90% just untouched, uncontacted, Here's one. I'm truly over the apps, and I've been on them for way too long. I'm wasting a lot of time and money trying to find love. I'm about to just give up altogether. We've heard that one before. I can't be alone anymore, and yet I can't do the apps either. Here's one. I think I'm asexual, and no one wants me or sticks around long. Here's one. I can't believe this is what the dating world has come to. Or, I know God has something good in store for me, but I've run out of ideas and can only allow the universe to lead me to my husband because I sure as heck won't find him online. Here's one. I literally went on a date last week with a guy, she said, who looked great on his dating profile and said he wanted marriage. But then after spending $60 on dinner, he thought he was entitled to start touching me in ways I didn't feel comfortable or I thought was appropriate. So I excused myself to go powder my nose, and I never returned. I've had women tell me that before. Men and women are getting discouraged, heartbroken, and giving up on finding love. It seems men and women are having a hard time finding love, relationships, honesty, romance, and someone they can just truly connect with. Dating apps are in abundance, but not successful using them. It seems nothing works, but the random comet that comes around once every 300 years, and someone finds someone decent to fall into a relationship with, well, what about the rest of us? You'd think people today might be longing for the good old days of dating, courting, love and romance, right? Before dating apps, before social media, before cell phones, texting, email, when dating was more fun, predictable, dependable, authentic, and in-your-face smiles and happiness. Yeah, that's what people kind of quietly, secretly long for. But instead, all we hear today is, he wants something serious, but he hounds you in person or via text on the phone that he wants to get physical with you and wants to start touching your body before he really gets to know you. Or, I feel like at the age of 27 or so, if you're still single, you need to start mentally preparing for the possibility that you will remain single and that you may never get married or even be in a committed long-term monogamous relationship. Yikes. Another one. When a man says he wants to be in an open relationship, that means he wants to sleep with other women and you without any commitment at all, ladies. Basically, he wants his own harem while you, the woman, get the short end of the stick. Yeah, so be wary of open relationships. Nah, they can come back to haunt you. I'm tired of feeling desperate or approaching everything from a place of fear when it comes to men and dating, says some ladies. I've had enough of dating losers, cheaters, and a-holes, being alone and living single for years on end. When will this sentencing of loneliness be over? The online dating world has morphed into a gross cesspool of people who really don't care about your body or your feelings because there are so many choices. The result? People treat each other like throwaway tissue instead of caring. I've only known nothing but misery from men. Hardly anything they do doesn't involve some kind of ulterior motive. And that's the same for some women. With men, it goes both ways. Beauty standards for women and handsome looks for men are also a problem. People swipe right only if you're hot, and left if you're not. This passes up hundreds of potential people who are actually great candidates for love, but because, they don't look hot, they're passed up. I've never experienced anything positive when trying to connect with women, online or offline. They seem entitled, arrogant. Their self-worth and looks seem overinflated, and they're not feminine and sweet and kind. They're quick to cast judgment, and they're rude to me when all I wanted was just to say hi and ask them out for a cup of coffee. Sheesh, yikes. I wish there was a safe place where men and women could go to meet other quality men and women. I'm working on that. Dating should be fun and present hope that you might find love in this world. Alas, but no, that's not the case anymore. It sounds horrible, doesn't it? I mean, seriously. And this is the author talking to you. To me, what makes matters worse is what I fear from the so-called dating gurus or others attempting to bring hope to the situation with advice like, and I hear a lot of hot air out there, a lot of wasted words. Pray for discernment and intuition. Okay, yeah, whatever. Take a number of deep breaths and envision your better, loving self. Or discover your more sensual, authentic self within you and be more authentic and real with the internal interior of your making an internal and loving design. Seriously. Whatever. Puke. I mean, deep breathing, soul diving, hoping, and internal discernment isn't going to be enough to fix the dismal dating scene we're in, let alone protect our hearts, our mind, our wallets, and our bodies while out there trying to find the love of our life. Today more than ever, so many men and women have either tried their hand at love and lost once, twice, or several times, or have never had the chance at finding someone of true quality. Anyone seriously interested in anything longer than a one-night stand or a 2-week or a 3-month stand. So they either give up or they hang it up, looking for love for a while until they get over what they experienced and feel they can maybe just jump back into the game again, if ever. I got a friend of mine. She's been out of the dating pool for 8 years, and she's afraid to jump back in that pool. So many people are like that. There are people who've experienced their first year out of the dating pool, and that's a big block of time. 2 years, 3 years. Try 5 or 10 or 15. Wow. This is not normal, folks.